Welcome to Achieving Alignment. This is what feels like the coziest episode of this series. I've got a cup of chicken bone broth with ginger in it because I'm feeling a little bit of tickle here and we need to get ahead of that. But I do want to tell you how week one of the Q4 reset has gone. So for a little bit of context, I'm leading a cohort of women building our dream lives for Q4 using the Achieving Alignment workbook as our base. We started the process with basically what I called a sprint week. It was 3 days of back-to-back calls where we went through the bulk of the work in the workbook. That's the visualization exercises, the life audit exercises, and the bridging a gap and then creating an action plan exercises. Let me just tell you, the life audit part is not for the weak. You have to sit down and look at your life in each section and really be self-critical and self-aware of where you are in that area. Mark yourself aligned, misaligned, or neutral. And then because we're doing it together, obviously we're sharing. And so it's just like, wow, I was misaligned in way more areas than I thought. And it felt a little bit like a giant bucket of cold water had just been splashed on my face and woken me up, which obviously is a good thing in the end. And then the bridging the gap exercise is where you choose the focus areas that you're going to work on. So I chose 3, and then we chose an action that we're going to do to support each of those focus areas for this first week. So let's just get into it. My focus areas for Q4 are daily routines and habits, consistency and follow through, and work and career. Consistency and follow through for me specifically is that I don't follow through on things that I say I'm going to do when I'm not accountable to anyone else and it's just me. I tend to kind of bail on myself. So it's really that for me. The actions that I chose to support each of those focus areas this week: 3 simple actions: not snoozing my alarm in the morning, being in bed by 10 p.m., and using my TV time as time to work on the business that I'm building, which more to come on that later. So far, so good. The week has gone really well. If I'm very honest with you and myself, I have to say I'm really proud of myself for sticking to what I said I was going to do. Literally, follow through is the one thing I really struggle with all the time. So I do have to give myself a little bit of kudos and say, like, yeah, they were simple things that I chose to do, but broth break. Those are things I struggle with, especially as someone who doesn't have to be at a 9 to 5 and builds her own schedule, which typically means I'm working at midnight. This readjusting of my routine and creating a better structure has been a really big challenge, but I am really proud of myself. So far this week, I have done everything that I said I was going to do. I have followed through on all of the things. It has been an incredible week. It's been really tiring because my sleep is off. I also took on a new freelance client this week, which has been amazing, and my parents are coming in town this weekend and have been planning that itinerary for when they're here, which I procrastinated. That's my bad, I know. And you might be thinking, those are really small actions, Christina. Like, those are really basic things, but that's the point. It's not about making these crazy dramatic changes overnight. The process is about taking small actions slowly over time in a sustainable way to make change long term. And that's a wrap on week 1. I'll let you know how week 2 goes.